In today's news feature, Lisa Sugar gets to know the new executive director for the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, Yosara Gonzalez.
So I guess, first of all, let's start with your background. For people who are not familiar with you, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Dominican Republic. I went to college there initially it was interior design. So I did 1 year interior design, and I felt like I wanted to do more. I wanted to be able to design and change and build. So I changed that second year to architecture. When I finally finished architecture, I always painted since I was little, took private lessons religiously every Saturday, created a lot of discipline for me. So I missed it. So I decided, after I worked a little bit in architecture, I gave my parents my diploma, and I'm like, I'm going to art school. Instead of doing a master's in architecture, I chose art school. So we have a great art school in Dominican Republic. It's called Chabón Escuela de Diseño. It's design school, and it's affiliated with Parsons in New York. They have a 2-year program, and then they award scholarships for students to go finish their degree at Parsons. And I was lucky enough to get that scholarship, and I ended up going to New York, and there the story continued. I was lucky enough to go and work in an architectural firm as I was going to school. I learned a lot about renovation. We did projects in upstate New York, renovating Fort Ticonderoga, a historic museum, worked on charter schools, worked on renovating projects for Princeton, their Tiger Inn. So it was really a learning experience, an exciting time to be in New York, because that's when Obama won. So, things were changing. And, after that, I decided to start a family. And we had relatives here. My husband has relatives here in Pennsylvania, in Hazleton. We always visit. So the last 15 years I've been coming here, and I've seen the growth. Once we had our first child, we wanted to raise them in a small community where they would feel safe. And we could have our family close by to help us raise our children. It takes a village to raise children, and now I have 3. So it's been just a blessing to be able to be part of this community and see it thrive.
So now, what are your plans for DHAP? What do you think lies ahead for the city?
DHAP has amazing projects that I think a lot of us were not aware of. And I found out about DHAP through the Hazleton Art League. When I wanted to continue teaching art, I was working for the school district for the last 3 years to understand the school system for my children. Working on my master's to become an art teacher, hopefully in the school district. But soon enough, somebody talked to me about the Hazleton Art League and their new building that was renovated by DHAP. And when I went to visit, I'm like, oh my God, this is a jewel that we have in the downtown, and we were just getting out of COVID. And I'm like, this is what we need. We need to be part of this. So I became a member. I started going to all their activities. Then I got introduced into the Lounge Box, which is an entrepreneurship hub that is affiliated with Penn State. That as a new realtor that I was at the time, I needed a place to do some of my closings. So I became a member with them. I did some of my closings there, just started spreading the word to the people. Everybody that I took there was amazed at what the downtown was turning into. So truly, these last 5 years that Chris has been here, and Neil D'Angelo and all the team that's been helping to renovate our downtown have done an amazing job. I'm just going to continue with their vision and hopefully implement some new ideas of how we, from my travels and living in different cities, what I know works, and seeing the growth that we have, what our family need, being the school district and being bilingual. I know firsthand what a lot of the needs are for our new influx of families moving into town are. So I think I could be a great liaison between, different cultures that live here.
I know you told me First Friday's coming back starting in August, so we're all glad about that, and we'll talk with you more about that. But congratulations again, and good luck.
Thank you. Yes, August 5th. Come join us on our first Friday. We're going to have some fun activities for the kids at the park next to the Hazleton Art League and the Can Do Community Park.
Sounds good. We'll talk with you again soon.
Thank you.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Remember, in an emergency, our emergency room is the safest place to be.